Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, I thought I would just do a makeup video today and some chit chat because I haven't done one in a while, and I've had several of you asking just for a good old-fashioned sit down, kind of get ready with me. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know if I have told you guys in a while, but these brushes from e.l.f., I mean there's other brushes I like, but the Ultimate Blending, they are definitely some of my favorites. I have like a couple of them for foundation. I'll show you here in a minute what I'm using. I might just put it up on the screen so I can talk, because you guys know I'm terrible. It's like I'm really good at multitasking, but for some reason when I'm putting on my makeup, I am not. I could not seem to talk and do both. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna try. My face has been breaking out. For the longest time, I was so good with no breakouts. And it might be a little bit different. I know my neck's a little red right now, although it kind of almost always is, but not to this extent. I haven't self-tanned, and this combination is better when I'm self-tanning. I did just wash my face too, which is never, I feel like as soon as I come on here and start doing my makeup, I have just washed my face, and I just have that light skin that as soon as you touch it or wash your face, it's just going to be red. So of course I always come on here with super reactive skin. But I've really been enjoying this combination, which you guys know. I've used this for years. I pretty much combo this with everything if I don't wear it by itself, which I do. The It CC cream, this is in light right now. And then I've been pairing it for the longest time with the NARS, the light reflecting. I think this is in, yeah, Punjab. And then for the longest time, I just always take a dry beauty blender and kind of go over to pick up any excess and kind of push it in my skin. And then I'll also pick up any little spots with it dry and kind of press in. So anyway, what has been going on? I feel like it's been hard for me to just sit down and make a dedicated video about kind of what's going on with, I feel like, hormones, perimenopause. You know, I'm 48, I'll be 49 soon. So I'm in the throes of it. I had a doctor's appointment. I've been in the throes of it for a while. I'm not in menopause. My number is, you know, my FSH is not even anywhere near. But I had my hormones tested again probably like last month, and of course they're out of whack, which I've kind of always had out of whack hormones. But there's a couple really good graphs like on the internet that shows like what your body does in a normal phase throughout the cycle of the month, and then as you're in perimenopause going to menopause, like everything drops, but it still kind of stays. Like estrogen usually is above progesterone, even though they both lower. Of course, when you're in perimenopause, it's like kind of like a little roller coaster. It's going back and forth, and your cycles are crazy, and that's what's happening to me. But why I bring that up, one, because a lot of you are my age or older, so we're all going through this together and can help each other out. But I also bring that up because lately, and it's happened off and on for several years now, but lately it's been pretty bad. It affects my motivation, and it's definitely cycle related. Of course, it wasn't happening as much when I just went to the doctor, which, to touch on that too, it's like my progesterone's really low and my estrogen is high. Not like super, super high, but high enough that, you know, it throws everything out of balance. That's the whole point with, you know, hormones. They need to be in balance no matter where you're at, you know, in age or whatever. So I have this stupid pimple right here, which, speaking of breaking out again, you know, totally hormone related. Of course, I just picked there was like a dry scab on this one, so I don't know how well it's going to cover. It's just going to stand out, it looks like. So anyway, went to the doctor, had all that. She decided to put me on progesterone cream. We talked about all the different options. You know, obviously I don't need estrogen. I'm trying to balance that out. I had been on DIM supplements before and went off of them, you know, took them for a few months, went off of them. I really do think they helped with a few things. you can read basically about those. It just kind of flushes out excess estrogen, and actually there's been studies to show it may help with cancer prevention and things like that. So anyway, I am back on DIM recently, and I think the DIM when I was on it before really helped where I didn't have any breakouts. So I've only been on it maybe this week. So they're starting to clear back up. But I went back on progesterone cream because we talked about, you know, years ago I had been on the pill, estrogen or progesterone pill at night, and I almost feel like that made me feel worse after a while and caused like depression symptoms, which it can. So we thought maybe and I've done progesterone cream before too and then stopped. Again, just not sure if it does anything, and I like to see what my levels are sometimes without that stuff. So anyway, but things are a little more out of whack this time. So I just went back on that recently, and I don't go back to see her until like October. But I'm telling you, ever since I went to the doctor, probably been a month ago. So, but the last 3 weeks or so has been very difficult. And what that relates back to of me, my major symptoms is lack of motivation. You just feel like you can't do anything when it's happened before, it's been like a few days and then it lifts. So that's why I said, and it's always very cycle related. I can tell kind of when that is, but it's been just hanging on, and I've been super low energy, super tired. My sleep has always been pretty good. I'll have a few nights here and there. So luckily I'm not one of those people having a lot of hot flashes or insomnia, but the sleep has been a little off too. But anyway, it's just getting to that point. I'm like, okay, I need to do something else. I don't know what you all do. Maybe you have recommendations I can bring up to her. She's really good to have a conversation with, but because I just went there, it's like, I really hate to call back again. Oh, hey, it's me again. You know, like I thought, I don't know, I'd give it a little bit of time. So, but the motivation where that comes in is work. I feel like a lot of times I can't get any work done, meaning YouTube. I don't want to film. I could have a whole list of video ideas and things to do, and they sound so, you know, just fine when I write them down and have all the things I'm going to talk about. And then when I'm in that period of no motivation, no matter what I do, it's like I can't get out of it. And it's so frustrating. And it makes me then just not want to film. I don't want to do anything. Well, of course, then because you can't do anything that makes, you know, that you're normally used to doing, then that kind of makes you depressed. So then that's like a big cycle. I mean, my husband and I laugh about it just because, I mean, not the way I feel laugh about it, but laugh about like the just irregular cycles and all that. And, you know, I mean, because you got to kind of have a sense of humor or you go freaking crazy, right? But anyway, how you guys may notice that is, again, when I'm not uploading as regular, you don't maybe hear from me for a little bit. If that ever happens, rest assured I am going through one of those phases, and it sucks, like big time. I don't know what would be worse, to have somebody with like the hot flashes and all that kind of stuff, which I don't have, but to me it's just the no motivation at all. Kind of just drives me absolutely crazy. So what I started taking with that, because I took this years ago from another kind of more my like naturopath that I was seeing then. I haven't seen her for a little while. I have an appointment later this year. But I was on 5-HTP and L-tyrosine for kind of just mood and all that balancing, like several years ago, like when I first started seeing her. And then I went off of it because I didn't know if it was doing anything. And then I don't think I need the 5-HTP more, because that's more for like serotonin. Mine's more like norepinephrine and dopamine kind of is what motivation and stuff factors into. So I started taking the L-tyrosine again just to see, excuse me, if it would help. Are any of you on that? Does it work? Are you on something else? Let me know what you guys are doing, because again, I like to know what other people are doing. I like to research so that my doctor and I, it's like a two-way street when we're talking, not just me kind of telling her things, but I feel like when I research and kind of can give her some more information like that, it's like a better conversation we have. So anyway, and like I said, she's great about, you know, trying anything. And oh, I forgot. You know what I've had to do? I don't know why, but my cheeks, a lot of times, even though I powder, it's like my cheeks, if I don't put some of this powder foundation over it, this is the Wonder Beauty, it's like the blush and bronzer just wipe right off right there. So add a little bit of that. It does darken it slightly, but I find that's the only thing right now that's helping do that. And it's probably using, it doesn't do it as much when I used the Laura Mercier powder, but it does with the Hourglass, but I like the Hourglass better, so. Anyway, that's what's going on with me. I've also had people ask about, you know, are we taking a cruise anytime soon? There's so many emotions about that. Like, I don't know. I just don't know if we're ready. We've started more thinking about it. We've had one scheduled for this fall, like late November. I'm not sure that's going to happen though, because it's a 10-day and it goes to some islands. I don't even know if they're taking cruise passengers, let alone like anybody else. Who knows? So, I don't know, we may keep pushing that back. I just don't, we have managed to not be sick, and I don't want to be sick. So we're both like, you know, we'd hate to go on a cruise and get sick or quarantined or all this and it ruin your vacation, but yet we miss cruising, but yet we're not really ready to just jump back on, you know? I don't know. There's I'm on a lot of different cruise boards and things and we have friends that have cruised, and I don't think I've heard anybody go, oh, it's just excellent. It's exactly like what it used to be. Like there's a lot to it and staff shortages and this and that. And I don't know, to me, it just doesn't sound like, it doesn't sound the best right now. Again, I miss it, but I don't know if we're quite ready to go back. Then again, that could change, and in a couple months, I tell you, we're going on a cruise or whatever. And then there's not a lot to choose from right now either. That's like a lot of it. A lot of them, you don't start getting into the good stuff till, unless you want to go like California or something that they're right now. But a lot of them, I don't know, you can't go until later in the year when they come back from Europe anyway. So that's that. I feel like there's a lot more to that, but that's all I can think right now, just from a simple answer. So I really feel like when I see myself in video, my cheeks are so opposite. Like this is the cheekbone I like and this not, and it makes my blush look totally uneven. So lately I've been using my magnifying mirror to do my eyebrows. What I do, I'll draw a thin line with the thin pencil underneath, and then I'll kind of fill in with the thicker, but I need to be like super close to the mirror because I feel like that's been giving me, I don't know, just a little bit better. I don't know. It just works better. So I'm going to do that and then come back. Okay, finish the brows. I feel like this looks like yellowy or weird color. Hopefully not when I'm coming back. So I'm going to use the L'Oreal Nude Palette. Sometimes I like using this one. And I'm just using the lightest color here, like up by my brow. Sometimes it can seem a little intense, but other times I notice I really like having that like brighter brow bone. So, this color right here. I like this palette, but things look warm on me, like extra warm. Like this is a fairly, even though it says nude, it's a fairly warm palette for me. But sometimes I like that look and sometimes not. So I feel like it looks good on camera typically though. Oh, I had asked on my community page, like, just some ideas, because I feel like August is kind of one of those stale months. I told my husband, I was like, August is like the new January, like where the months just blah, you know, you're after summer, but it's not quite fall, and just, I don't know. Well, anyway, I always feel like August is kind of stale for me with like content creation, and nothing just really seems good. So I'd ask you guys for what you kind of wanted to see. So thank you for that. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I do share once in a while there some dinner things, and I have a highlight saved. I know I told a few of you that. So it is there, like those of you wanting to see content like that, I have it over there. And there's recipes of different things on my blog as well. But that's why I always laugh, like people want to see certain things like grocery hauls or dinner, but those are like the least viewed things. So it's like, okay, people request that, but then nobody's really looking at it hardly. So it's like, I don't know, it's always like an odd thing for me. It's like the engagement isn't there and the views aren't there, but yet people say that's what they want to see, and then when I do it, nobody watches. So you can see why that's confusing on my end and why I don't rush out to do that a lot. So and you know, I just kind of do too what I'm feeling, what I like, what's inspiring me at the moment. I may just keep it like this. I may not even put a darker color with it today. Sometimes I do. If I'm gonna do a darker color, I'll use this dark matte or the shimmery one in the outer corner, but I just use this on the brow bone, and then this next matte kind of shade. Yeah, that one. This one right here. So, and just to deepen up. I feel like this eye lately has been totally bothering me. It's like it doesn't blend as well out here, and I don't know. I feel like it's starting to be droopy or something. It just, I don't know. I've been noticing that the blending and things look a little strange. So we'll see. If I want to come back and add something, I will. Pretty much always one of my staples is the NYX Jumbo Pencil. That's one of the things I just don't do anymore, is like harsh eyeliner. I feel like I have a whole list of things I've done since I'm basically like, you know, in my 40s, that makeup I used to do that makes you look, you know, a little more older or harsh. Things I've done to try to lighten it up. Not just makeup, but beauty kind of in general. I use a few different black eyeliners just to darken up this lash line. As far as mascara lately, I have been trying out the Ilia, it's one of their volumizing, I think, fullest. I really like it. I feel like the brush is similar to a lot of them like this. Only thing is I feel like it leaves such a mess on my upper lash line, and it's not one of those you can easily clean off, like once it dries or not. It just kind of wants to stay there, so that kind of drives me crazy. And I don't feel like, I feel like it's good at the base, but not out towards the ends. But I've been using it up just to see, and I do like it. I just don't think I would repurchase it. I think I'm gonna go with Old Faithful today, L'Oreal Lash Paradise. It kind of makes my eyelashes feel a little heavy. I need to open a new tube actually too. I think it's getting dry, but I like it for the look it gives. And then the NYX On the Rise for the bottom. What I was saying earlier too, I forgot to mention about hormones and other things. All my other levels of things are good. Vitamin D, B12, like, I mean, you name it. The whole full lab panel. My thyroid, I didn't touch on my thyroid, but it's fine. It rarely fluctuates, so it's not my thyroid. It's anything. It's definitely hormonal causing all the other things, and it's the hormonal just like fluctuations that are so hard to deal with. I did powder under my eyes too. I forgot and did that right before I did my eyebrows. I'd forgotten to show show it. And then, let's see, this is kind of a good just go-to for me, the Milani Nude Liner. And I just fill it all the way in. It's a nice nude pink for me. And I totally switch up glosses. It just really depends on my mood. Sometimes I really like this Pat McGrath. And then I always go back to the Laura Mercier. This is Bear Baby. It just makes like a really pretty light pink lip. Okay, I hope you like the look. I will put all the products listed below. Leave me your comments below on things we talked about the hormones. I would love to hear. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.